Thank you for tuning in. Today's topic is the cosmology of the architects. But what exactly is cosmology? The word cosmology comes from the Greek word cosmos, meaning order, arrangement, or an ordered world, and logos, meaning word, reason, or study. At its root, cosmology is not simply the study of space. It is the study of order itself, how a world is structured, governed, and understood. Since we mentioned the word world, it's worth understanding where that comes from as well. The English word world comes from the Old English wereld or world, which is a combination of wer, meaning man, and ald, meaning age or lifetime. At its root, world originally meant the age of man, not a planet floating in space, but a lived domain, an ordered span of life, experience, and time. When you place these meanings side by side, a pattern begins to emerge. Cosmos refers to order, structure imposed upon reality, while world refers to the age of man, the lived domain of human experience. Taken together, cosmology is not merely the study of distant stars or abstract space. It is the study of how order is imposed upon man's realm itself. In this sense, a cosmology defines more than a universe. It defines boundaries, meaning, hierarchy, and limits. It tells mankind where they are, what they are allowed to believe about their origin, and how they are meant to perceive their place within the system. The structure of the cosmos becomes the structure of the world, and the world becomes the stage upon which order is maintained. In much of the world, millions are conditioned from birth to believe that this cosmos, realm of darkness, and all within its dimensions were created by the Most High. We are aware that this belief is not universal, nor does it tell the accurate story. In the 1st century CE, or AD, believers spoke of another source, the Mother, from whom the substance of this cosmos was engendered, and a prime architect, assisted by his architects, who then shaped her substance into the ordered cosmos, now called Earth. We'll revisit the word Earth in another video, where we'll explore its etymology, deeper meaning, and how it ties to the Mother. Each teaching frames origin differently, shaping perception according to what is revealed and what is withheld. But before the measurement of time, there existed architects created equal to the prime architect. Some became dissident servants, forming a divergent and different order apart from the prime architect's original design. These will not be discussed in this video, but we can make room for them in a separate video. Instead, our focus is on the architects that emerged after the house was divided, those responsible for shaping, maintaining, and enforcing the constructed order of this cosmos as it exists now. With that understanding in place, attention can now return to the architects themselves. It's important to understand that this video will not present an image of the architects, not because they cannot be imagined, but because reducing them to a form would diminish the danger that they represent. This is not a story about figures to be seen, for a time will come when they are visible to all. It is a story of a system unseen by the many, understood only by a chosen few, and an effort to bring that hidden structure into view. With that understanding, we move forward. Because if cosmology is the study of imposed order, then the architects are those responsible for designing, maintaining, and enforcing that order. Their influence is not limited to structures in the sky, but extends into perception, belief, and the very framework through which mankind understands the world. It is within this constructed order that their system operates, and it is this system we are now examining. So who, then, imposed this order? In one form or another, nearly everyone has encountered traces of the architects. These encounters are often mislabeled as alien visitations, UFO abductions, or contact with non-human intelligences, and are just as often dismissed, sensationalized, or misunderstood. These alien experiences themselves are widespread. The comprehension of what they represent is not. While these experiences are widespread, a true comprehension of what they represent is rare. Most people encounter only fragments without context. However, a chosen few remain unseen by the architects. They do not experience them directly, yet they are granted a higher knowledge that allows them to see everything hidden behind their veil. In future videos, we will provide an in-depth explanation of who these architects are according to the Most High, not pseudoscience, and what sets the chosen few apart, and why the architects never reveal themselves to them. In this world, or cosmos, there are entities known as the ancient intelligence of this cosmos, which is organized arrangement, responsible for designing its form, perception, and hierarchical order. They are the architects of it, and they are known as the Elohim. They created a reptilian intelligence, being capable of assuming human form and always situate themselves in places of power and influence. The architects do not rule from afar. They position themselves where their influence concentrates. From the beginning, they engineered certain ones among themselves as reptilian intelligences, entities uniquely capable of assuming human form without fully surrendering their original perception. These architects were designed not for maintenance or regulation, but for proximity to the beings of Earth they dwell among. In their truest expression, they most often appear as people, a shape chosen for disguise and dominion. They are the designers and overseers of their realm they called Earth, and the top of its food chain, and wish to be obeyed, worshipped, and feared. Being unlike the real people they rule over, they situate themselves hidden from their view in places where belief is shaped, behavior is directed, and historical memory is rewritten. Centers of power where decisions ripple outward, controlling billions of lives. Corporate institutions, entertainment hierarchies, religious offices, cultural engines, and unseen corridors of authority become their natural habitat. Not confining themselves to any truth, they claim to be extraterrestrial. But Earth does not exist as a solitary body drifting through open space. It is a contained system, sealed and regulated, its environment directly linked to the people who inhabit it. The sky, sometimes called the outer limit or firmament, is a complex boundary that governs perception, movement, and awareness. Beyond it is not simply distance, but restriction. In fact, their entire realm is restricted by its 4 dimensions. Moreover, the luminary orb, misnamed Sun, is not a star. It is an immense electrical device, a sealed Stargate disk, bound by ancient writings, symbols, and spells. From within this construct, the architects observe and regulate the entire ecosystem. The light it emits is not natural illumination, but controlled output, necessary to maintain the ecosystem's balance and to keep creation stable and compliant. However, the architects cannot alter or stop its assigned functions of measuring time and sustaining the ecosystem. The moon, likewise, is no inert rock. It is a device placed deliberately, functioning as a secondary regulator within the system. Its cycles influence the world in ways the inhabitants sense but do not understand. The architects are responsible for the creation of the unclad beings made of clay, in other words, of mankind, not of their souls, since that creation belongs to the one from the realm of light. When the bodies of these unclad beings die, their souls descend first to Sha'ol, where after having been held for a time period under a guilty conscience before recycling, they are offered a cup of forgetfulness. To drink from it is to lose all memory of former lives, of origin, and of true identity. Only after this erasure are they permitted to take on a new body and re-enter the surface system. In another video, we will go into detail about the souls who are granted remembrance and shown their mission on Earth. Overseeing this endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth, the architects maintain dominion from within the luminary orb itself, the sun as you know it, monitoring every movement of creation and every soul as it passes through their system. The architects are not of a singular will, nor are they equal among themselves. They are organized in this cosmos within a rigid hierarchy established at their inception. Each was designed for a specific function, created not to question purpose, but to fulfill it. At the apex of the hierarchy are the prime architects, the so-called archangels. These entities dwell fully within the sun's core structure, bound directly to the Stargate disk itself. They do not monitor individual lives, they monitor patterns, recurrence, deviation, and long-term stability across cycles too vast for human comprehension. The architects do not control minds through force. Force is inefficient for control. They practice architectural control, the shaping of thought before a thought ever forms. Mind control, as they use it, is not the insertion of commands, but the curation of mental space. They decide which ideas feel natural, which feel dangerous, and which never arise at all. There are a few souls among mankind that these entities cannot influence or control. We can discuss that too in another video. So let's move on. By the time a being believes they have made a choice, the choices have already been narrowed by Fa Tes, another class of architects. World government corporations and agencies comply with these architects, not because they understand all the mechanics of it, but because they need to comply. They are under their control to guard the threshold. Their job is to protect the lie, not because they understand any of these truths, but because the ones above them do. So, these world governments lie, not because they understand these realities, but because they are told to lie, and the ones telling them are not human, not in the way most people think. In another video, we'll help uncover the true meaning behind the word human. So, these world governments are puppets of the architects. All their lies in this cosmos are not upheld by people. Their lies are upheld by architecture. That is how their participation remains invisible. By training men to guard the walls of a prison of lies they cannot perceive, the architects ensure their obedience without awareness. Most of the people who hold power do not know. They simply comply. Others are not people at all. A rare few people glimpse the structure behind the structure. Some break, some vanish. The rest, well, they simply repeat the script. But there is a chosen few who are not unclad. Visitors throughout history who do see, who serve as repositories of awareness of the truth, and who authored writings that were later altered. We will talk more about them in future videos. To the dissimilar architects, a civilization is a fluctuation, and an extinction/depopulation is a correction in the pattern. No architect may operate outside the function for which it was designed. Advancement is not earned, it is impossible. Purpose was fixed at their creation. Their obedience is not enforced, it is inherent, built in. There is, however, an anomaly in this realm. Locked within this realm is a spirit from the realm of light, a place fundamentally different from this constructed world. Her name is Hawa, or wisdom. She does not belong to the system, nor was she made by the architects. She creatively conceived and made them. She is the mother. We can talk more about her in another video. For now, understand this. Her presence is contained, her influence limitless. She exists in truth, an echo of something unaccounted for, something the system was never meant to hold. There are many massive lies told to control the occupants. The greatest lie of all is that the ruler of this realm of darkness is our Savior, the Most High. That, however, is a critical spiritual information war topic, one we will address in future videos. We will discuss these material lies which make people feel at home in this world they are not from, like space, moon, the stars, the luminary orb. As we said before, it is mislabeled sun, and the earth. Because if these imprisoned people knew what these things actually were, what they really are, the entire control structure of this material power government would collapse. Not the kind of collapse that makes headlines, but the kind that rewrites origin, purpose, meaning, and agency. The kind that comes with the freeing of hostages. So keep an eye out for more higher knowledge revealed on this channel, as we approach the end of the veil. If this content resonated with you, liking the video and subscribing to the channel helps it reach others who are meant to hear it.
Thank you for watching the 144K Productions channel.
And we hope we see you again in the next upload.